Hello, this is the new Kakudako kite. The kite, a 10-pack includes 10 skins with illustrated instructions. You'll get 10 winders. You'll get 10 individually packaged kite parts, pre-cut kite parts, and you'll also get one pre-made new Kakudako kite kit that you can use as an example and a training tool. So let's take a look at the new Kakudako kite. This is a Japanese style kite. It's made of washi paper. Washi paper is made out of mulberry fibers as opposed to paper pulp, so it's a little bit stronger. The framing is made from bamboo. It has a plastic fitting in the middle which holds all the sticks nicely into place. You can add tails to the kite if you want. It also has a string across the top, and this forms a bow which adds dihedral to the kite. And to do that, you just simply press it slightly on a hard surface, wrap the string around the corner, adds a little bit of bow or dihedral to the kite, which makes it fly really well. So let's take a closer look at your kit, at the kite. So with each kit, you'll have one kite skin, you'll have one package of kite parts. To determine where the top of the kite is, you'll see a strip across the top. And if we flip this over, you'll notice this is just an adhesive strip with a piece of paper. There's a hole in the upper center part. And also in the center, just about 1 inch from the bottom, there's a little indentation mark. You may not be able to see it, but you can feel it. There's also one here. And then right at the top edge of the kite, there's two little tabs. And this is where the sticks go. So let's take a look at the parts. We'll pour those out. Okay, we see we've got the tails. We have two tails made of washi paper. You can decorate those if you like. There's a little string for the bow line. There's a plastic fitting that when we put it on the kite will line up right there in the middle over the same hole. And then we have the sticks or the spars and two rubber bands, and we want to set those aside because we'll use those rubber bands. And then we need to sort these sticks out. So the easiest way is to get them lined up so that they're all straight. The shortest stick goes in the top of the plastic fitting. Now the plastic fitting has 6 pockets in it. The top fitting, or the longest fitting, points straight up to the top. Then we want to do the 2 arms. So we'll find the next 2 sticks. They'll go about right there. And then we're going to find the 2 legs that come to the lower corners. So we'll find the 2 matching pairs. Then we have 2 sticks left, and the longest of these sticks goes across the top. So this will go here, and then this last stick will go right down the middle. Now we're ready to assemble the kite. Well, before you assemble the kite, what you're going to want to do is decorate the kite. So you know the back of the kite has the plastic adhesive tape. So we'll turn it over to the front, and then we want to decorate our kite. You can decorate this kite with anything from markers to paint to crayons. For today's example, I already have one that's decorated. I'm going to turn it over to the back so I can assemble my frame. So I'll just pick up this plastic fitting, and we'll start with the top stick, and you want to insert the stick into the pocket. It's going to be a tight, snug fit, and you want to push that stick all the way in so it's all the way to the center spar. And then we'll next do the arms. And then I want to stop here, and I'll just go around. So once we have all those sticks into place, your frame looks like this. And I like to pick it up and just squeeze these plastic fittings just a little bit to loosen them up. Make sure all the sticks are firmly in place, and then we're going to lay this on top of the kite. Now there's this, if your center hole is not poked out, it's a good time just to pop that little hole out. And we want the center hole of this plastic fitting to fit directly over the hole in the kite. So we'll do that, and then we want the top stick to go right over that center mark or that indentation. If you can't see it, you can feel for it. And then we have another one here. And we'll take a piece of tape. Scotch tape is fine, and we just want to use about 1 inch of tape, and we're going to tape it right across this stick or bamboo spar. Mash that tape firmly. I'm going to continue to hold my plastic fitting in place, and I'm going to move this bar so that it goes right over the corner of the kite. Tape it down. And then we'll move over to the right side and do the same thing. Another little piece of tape. Then we want to do the top half, so the top two pieces of bamboo fit snugly into those little corner pieces where those tabs are. So we want to just push that up into that corner, hold it, and tape it down with another piece of tape. You want to make sure that your tape is snug around that stick so it looks like it's been painted onto the stick. And then we'll put it through this tab. If the tab's not torn open, just tear it open just a little bit like that. Put it in that corner and tape. Once we have these bars taped down right here and right across here, we're going to pull this plastic or this paper tape off the adhesive fitting. We'll make sure that the center spar is right in the center, just over that little crease, and that these are positioned correctly. Once that's all in place, we're going to take the top stick, which I forgot, right here, and we're going to lay it right across the top, and we're going to have a little bit of the bamboo stick protruding from each side, the left and right. So we want that centered to where the same amount is coming off the left and the right side. Once you have that into position, you want to just press that down onto the top edge of that adhesive back, and then we're just going to fold this over. We'll start in the center, work our way out, make sure that's just pressed down the kite. Okay. Now we're ready to add the bow line. So we have this little piece of string. It's easy to untie. You just pull this little loop, opens right up. And to tie this on to make the bow line, we're just going to use an overhand knot. So we're going to wrap this string around these two corner sticks one time. Come back up, and we're going to do a series of 3 overhand knots, or what I call shoelace knot. It's also a half hitch knot, like so. Pull it tight. You want to pull it nice and tight, but not so tight that it breaks the string and or the sticks. We're going to do a second knot to lock that knot in. And then I always do a third one just for backup, just to make sure it doesn't come loose. And then we're going to move the string across the top of the kite, right over here to the other side, and we're going to do the same thing. So we'll wrap the string around the 2 sticks, and we'll do a series of 3 knots. So we have 1, 2, and a third one for backup. You notice that the string is a little bit loose, but that's just fine. You can take scissors at this point and trim off the edges of the string. Always leave at least a ½ inch, maybe an inch, so that it doesn't come undone. And then when you're ready to bow the kite, you simply press one side into the edge of the table or hard surface, push down, and wrap the string around the corner. If it doesn't add enough bow, you can go to the other side. You want to try to have it balanced and do it like that. That adds the dihedral to the kite, a nice firm bow, and the kite's almost ready to fly. So we'll turn it over. We're going to take our flying line, our winder, pull the string off. We're just going to run this through the middle hole of the kite. To the back. Now we take those 2 little rubber bands, run the string through the rubber bands, and just tie it. And now those rubber bands serve as a stopper. I can do a couple of knots here to hold it on. The rubber bands serve as a stopper to keep the string from pulling back through this fitting, hold it into place. If you like, you can attach the tails You can decorate the tails too. This is just, again, made of washi paper. You can attach the tail with about a 1/2 inch of tape on both sides of the kite. That. And you're done. Kite's ready to fly.